Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day makeup look, and to support the holiday, I've got on the brightest pink shirt that I own. I've got my Cali Bell red sparkle earrings on, and I decided to throw on these Minnie Mouse really pink sparkly ears to use kind of as to get my hair out of my face while I'm doing the makeup. Anyways, yeah, so whether you're going to be hanging out with your boo or hanging out with your girls, whatever it is you're doing on Valentine's Day, I wanted to do a little bit of a makeup tutorial on how to get beautiful makeup for whatever it is that you are doing. So like I said, I'm going to be doing this tutorial from start to finish. So as you can tell, I have absolutely not an ounce of makeup on my face right now, and I am a little broken out. My skin is being a little problematic at the moment, but the whole reason why I even created my channel in the first place is to really kind of show that not everybody has doll-like perfect skin, because I definitely don't. My skin is usually pretty good, but me, just like everybody else, I do get the occasional breakout and dryness and things like that. But it also gives me the opportunity to really show you guys the true performance of some of these products and how they cover up some of the problems that I have with my skin, and they might be able to help you too. So before we get started, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos, because I've got a lot planned for this year. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, I've already got my face moisturized and primed. I use my Clinique Moisture Surge moisturizer, and then the primer that I used is going to be the Tarte Quench. This is from their Rainforest of the Sea collection. This is the primer that I've been really loving lately. I do have pretty dry skin, so this gives me kind of that necessary moisture without feeling too greasy or anything like that. So I went ahead and moisturized and primed, so we're going to dive right into foundation. I've got my dampened Real Techniques Beauty Sponge ready to go, and the foundation that I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline New York 24-Hour Superstay Full Coverage Foundation, and I'm in the shade 112, which is Natural Ivory. So this is a full coverage foundation, up to 24-hour wear, seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant. It's oil free, it doesn't clog pores, dermatologist tested, blah, 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 blah. I'm really liking this foundation a lot lately. I usually use my Ride or Die foundation, which is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but I've been kind of using this one a lot more lately, just because I've really been liking it. So that is the foundation that we are going to use today. So I'm going to go ahead and shake this up a little bit. And I'm going to squeeze about 3 pumps on the back of my hand. And if I need more, I'll add more. I'm going to go ahead and dip my Beauty Blender in. We're going to apply this all over the face. Now that we have our foundation all on, and I kind of just took a little bit of time to make sure it's all blended out and I don't have any lines along the jawline or anything like that, we're gonna add some concealer. And the concealer that I'm gonna use, which is one of my all-time favorites, is the Tarte Shape Tape. I believe I am in the shade Light Neutral. I thought I was Fair Neutral, but it actually is Light Neutral. I really love this concealer. I've been using it for a while now. Really does the job well, so I'm just going to apply this on the places I need a little bit more coverage. Like some of my breakouts here, kind of along the jawline and my chin. Okay, now that we have that applied, I'm going to go ahead and take my same Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and blend it out. Okay, now that we have the concealer on, we're gonna go ahead and set with powder. Just kind of lock everything in place. I'm gonna go in with my Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup and take just a standard powder brush and kind of swirl it and tap off the excess and kind of just set my foundation and concealer. Now that we have powder on, I'm going to go ahead and do bronzer, blush, and highlight. So for bronzer and blush, I'm going to be using the Blush Bar palette from Benefit Cosmetics. I believe I've showed this in a previous video before. It's got the bronzer and blushes in there, and as you can tell, mine has been very loved. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Hoola bronzer in here with a bronzer brush, if I can find it. There we go. I'm just going to apply that. And I know I've talked about this, I believe in a video or two before. The way I like to apply my bronzer is in a 3. So I kind of, I'll either, wherever I start, I always just kind of follow that 3 shape. So like if I start up here in the hairline, I kind of will do a backwards 3, hitting my hairline, right here, the cheekbone, and then my jawline as well. And just constantly swirling the brush to make sure everything's blended. Just following that 3 shape. Ends up giving you like a nice bit of color, and I like to do both sides of my nose, a little bit of the tip of the nose as well. And I'll sometimes even take it down the neck a little bit as well, just to make sure everything is properly blended and you do not have any harsh lines. Okay, so now that bronzer is on, we're going to add a little bit of blush. So what I usually like to do with this palette, or whatever it is your favorite blush that you're using, I usually have more than one blush in like kind of a blush palette. So I would usually take all of the shades in there and mix them together and apply it. Or if you just have a single blush shade, you can just swirl it, tap off the excess, and apply it as normal. But for me, I'm just going to take all the colors in this palette and kind of swirl them together and apply. And kind of just tap it in as well. Okay, so now that that's on, I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter, and the highlighter I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline Master Chrome, and this is in the shade Molten Rose Gold. I love this highlighter. It works really well and it's super affordable, and it lasts a long time, and it just really gives a nice color payoff. So I'm just going to take, this is a MAC highlighter brush, or even you can tap it on with your fingers or whatever you choose. Everybody has their own different techniques. This is just the way I put it on. So I'm just going to swirl it in there, tap off the excess, and apply right to the high points. It just adds a really nice shine without like looking like greasy or anything. And I'll put some at the tip of the nose as well. And I'll kind of like, if I have a little excess, I'll kind of take it and put like a little bit on the sides of my forehead. Kind of brush this into my nose, kind of right at the base of my chin. Perfect. Okay. Now that is on, I'm going to move on to eyebrows. I'm going to grab a spoolie brush, and before I do my eyebrows, I always just brush through them. Kind of just get any powder, anything that I might have had in them out. It kind of gives you a chance to kind of just brush any excess product or anything out of them. And I am kind of in like the grow out stage of my eyebrows. So every time between I get my eyebrows waxed, I kind of just really let them grow because my eyebrows are uneven. This one is very sparse in the front versus this one. So I'm trying to get this one to grow. So I'll usually kind of let the hairs just kind of keep growing right here until I get them to the kind of desired evenness that I want. But yeah, but for now, they will do. Today I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow. Today I'm just going to take just a standard little angle brush. I'm going to dip it in here. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. And so what I did is, since I am kind of sparse on this eyebrow, I put more brow product on this brow in the front than I did this one, just to kind of try to create a little bit of evenness. And I don't have perfect brows. They definitely are a work in progress. But the key is to just not overdo it, you know? I have a lot of hair on my brows anyway, so I usually kind of like to go on the safer side and just kind of like you do hair-like strokes through them just to kind of make them look a little more natural because they are really thick. And I'll kind of just brush it through here. I'm gonna finish those. Okay, so that is gonna complete my eyebrows. And now that my eyebrows is done, we're gonna go ahead and move into the good stuff, which is gonna be the eye makeup. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lids. What I'm gonna do for that is I'm just gonna take a little bit of my Tarte Shade Tape Concealer on just the tip of my finger, and I'm gonna apply that to each lid. And you don't necessarily have to use an eyeshadow primer to prime for eyeshadow. You can just use concealer. I feel like it works just as well. I mean, there is a lot of really great eyeshadow primers out there, but if you don't have any, like I don't, I just use this. Okay, we are all primed. So for this video, I am going to be using, where is it? I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam Palette. So I'm going to take the Anastasia Soft Glam Palette. Here's what it looks like on the inside. And first off, I'm going to start with the shade, it's like Tempera, which is this kind of nice, just neutral shade. And I'm going to take just a standard eyeshadow brush and I'm just going to apply this all over the lid. Okay, next thing is, sorry, this is a little, kind of got a little messy because I dropped it earlier. So one of the shades actually broke a teeny bit. So it kind of got a little messy. Okay, so next thing, now that I have my base shade on, I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller eyeshadow brush, one that's a little more tapered, and I'm going to go ahead and add in a transition shade. So I'm going to take this shade Dusty Rose, which is kind of like a mauvey pink color, and I'm going to apply that directly into the crease. Now that we have one transition shade, we're going to go ahead and keep building. So the next shade I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go into my James Charles palette, actually. Kind of want to dive into this because we have some kind of fun shades in here. So I think for my next transition shade, I'm going to kind of keep going with the more neutral pink shades. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this shade here, which is the third one in. Apply that in the crease as well. Okay, and like I said, I'm just going to keep building. So now I'm going to add this shade here, which is kind of like a darker, kind of like a burgundy shade. I'm gonna kind of add this in a crease, but more focused on the outer part of the eye, so the outer corner. As I'm doing this, I'm kind of moving my eyeshadow brush in a circular motion because as I'm applying the shade, I really want to make sure it's nice and blended as well. And now we're gonna take just another bigger brush, and we're just gonna do a little bit of blending. Okay, so now I want to add a little bit of shine towards the inner corners. So I'm actually going to, let's see, what am I going to do? I'm actually going to take this shade right here, which is kind of like a really pretty, like sparkly, kind of like a burgundy shade. And I'm going to tap this right on the lid, just with my finger. And I will blend it out with a brush a little bit, but just to apply it, I'm going to apply it right directly with my finger. We're going to take a blending brush and then we're just going to blend everything together. I'm going to clean off that same kind of really thin taper brush, and I'm going to take this really light pink glitter shade here, and I'm going to kind of pack that in to the inner corners. I want to have a little bit of fun with this. I'm going to go ahead and go in with this kind of hot pink shade. It's kind of like a dark like fuchsia, and I'm going to put this on the under eye. Carry this shade up a little bit, and I'm going to add a little bit of this to the upper part of my eye. Okay, now that that is all applied, I'm gonna take a little bit more of a pink. I'm gonna put it on the inner corners. Once again, I'm just kind of trying to build the colors. And once again, I'm just going to keep kind of blending everything as I go. Okay, and now I'm going to put the James Charles palette to the side, and I'm going to go back into the Soft Glam palette. And I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Rose Pink. It's like a really, really is a rose pink, but it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm going to tap that right on the center of the lid. Okay, just do a little bit more blending. Okay, now that I look a little crazy with a lot of pink around my eye, I'm going to go ahead and put my liner and mascara on, and I will be right back. Okay, I went ahead and put liner and mascara on. I was going to put on lashes, but when I went to grab the glue to apply them with the tweezers, it was all dried out. So I'll have to get more lash glue. So today I just did just standard mascara and eyeliner of my favorite duo. I have the It Cosmetics Superhero Liner and the Superhero Mascara. These have been my favorite lately, so I went ahead and applied both of these products off camera. And to finish off this look, I'm going to add some lip color. So the color I'm going to be using today is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Strawberry Pop. But first, I'm going to add a little bit of liner. I'm going to be using the, I believe it's Quibest or Qbest. I don't know if you can see that. This is the, yeah, Qibest, the persistent liner. I'm not sure what shade this is. This is the Stay All Day lip liner pencil. I got this as a kit, so I'm going to go ahead and apply this. Wipe off a little bit of the crusties. There's really no like perfect way to do this. I kind of just like make sure it's not going to go over. So I kind of just fill my lips like about halfway, and then I'll use the rest with the liquid lip. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to take the Dose of Color shade in the shade Strawberry Pop. Okay, and as you can see, that is like really bright, really fluorescent color. It's definitely not something I would normally wear. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my hair back, get my hair situation back in check here, or try to at least after it's been up in that Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse thing for ever. There we go. That is probably as tamed as my hair is gonna get. But yeah, so this is the finished look. I definitely probably would have liked it maybe a little better if I popped some lashes on, but it's definitely pretty bright and vibrant. Something I don't normally do, but like I said in my last video, I'm really trying to incorporate a lot of brighter colors into my videos and stuff. So I'm gonna kind of get up close to the camera so you can kind of see the eyeshadow. I kind of did a little bit of burgundy, a little bit of hot pinks, and I did take that hot pink shade and put it right under the lash line. And as you can see, my lip color is here to stay. It's super, super bright. What's nice about these Dose of Colors ones is that they'll last you all night. They're kiss proof. Because as I can see, I just kissed my hand and no product came off. They're kiss proof, food proof. So if you're, having yourself a nice dinner or kissing your boo all night or having drinks or whatever you're doing, this lipstick will definitely stay. So yeah, I'm overall pretty happy with the way this turned out. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit because like I said, I usually stay away from super, super bright colors on the eyes and the lips. But I really feel like this kind of pink and orange, it almost reminds me of kind of like sunset kind of look, really kind of brings out the color of my eyes a little bit. This lip color is super, super bright, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. So that is going to be it for my Valentine's Day look video. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think everything I'm super color coordinating right now. My makeup matches my shirt, matches my earrings. It matched my lovely ears that really came in clutch, keeping my hair out of my face when I was filming. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so, so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see any of my future videos, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and a fabulous weekend, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!